What's up, everybody? Welcome to Comic Book Club. I'm Alex.
I'm Justin.
And Pete is away now. What is going on with you guys?
It's weird. We had an awkward situation. I just feel like we need some time.
Did you guys?
Well, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. It was just a brushed hand. He popped his claws, and...
Is that a euphemism?
Huh? I don't know what that word means.
Alright. Okay, well, we got 3 reviews anyway, and I guess we'll figure this out.
Yeah, we'll definitely get to the bottom of this.
Sure will. Batgirl #1, Daredevil #500, and you guys, for the first time ever on the show, we're going to talk about Archie 600.
Oh, man. It's been. Every issue comes out. I'm like, this is a big issue. We got
599 issues we've talked about.
You ignored Archie.
I know. Well, the continuity is so thick, it's sometimes tough to get into. Speaking of getting into things, let's get into Batgirl #1. What'd you think about this?
I love this.
Really?
I'm going to spoil this.
Well, I mean, DC spoiled it.
Yeah, well, okay. Well, I'm just saying, not a lot of people watch DC. Stephanie Brown in the Batgirl costume. I love it. I love her. I love her being in the costume.
Because you just love Stephanie Brown?
I just love Stephanie Brown, and I think it's great to have her. When she's the spoiler, it's sort of that she's out on the fringe of the Bat culture, and I think this is like legitimizes her. We have Barbara Gordon on the sneak tip. She's going to be like her sidekick. They're going to work together. They're going to it's a cool little term. They're gonna pull like a Jake and the Fat Man type thing, where Stephanie's the Jake, and Barbara's the Fat Man.
Get it right. Which one of them is Jake and which one of them is the Fat Man?
You guys remember Jake and the Fat Man, right?
I know it. I was not crazy about this. My problem is I'm totally not into Stephanie Brown as a character. I have no problem with her necessarily. Spoiler is a super silly name, so I'm glad, I guess, in a certain way that she's not using that anymore.
Well, the old Batgirl was such a non-character, and even in this issue, she's like, I have to leave. And then she just leaves her uniform in Stephanie's hands.
I don't know. This was not badly written. I think Brian Q. Miller did a good job in that. The art is perfectly serviceable and fine. It starts with yet another drag race, which I feel like
that was
so many comics that involve drag races. And why is Batgirl trying to stop a drag race?
They're racing for pinks,
it's dorky. It was such a dorky
How many
way
people are drag racing in this day and age? When you can go head to head on, like, say, Mario Kart. I don't think you need a drag race in this day and age.
Do you want to have a drag race later?
Yeah.
I'll race you for Pete's.
Yeah.
So you'd say pick this up, right?
I liked it. If you like Stephanie Brown, you'll love Batgirl.
Okay, he's speaking to one of you. Alright, let's move on to talk about Daredevil 500. This is a monster-sized issue.
Yeah.
Wrapping up Ed Brubaker's run on the title. And next issue, Andy Diggle is going to be on board. What do you think about this?
A lot of big changes. It's been such a slow, very well-paced lead-up, all of Brubaker's run. This seems like it's just like, bang, we're out. Which, is good, because I like where it ends up. I like a real big change in the status quo, because for so long it's been like, Matt Murdock's life's going to be hell in all these tiny ways, and now it's like, now his life's going to be hell in a big way.
Yeah.
But I really like Dakota. I wish we could have seen a relationship with the two.
Well, I think we're going to see more of her upcoming in the title.
I wish that he could have proposed to her.
I totally agree with you. This is obviously really good. Ed Brubaker did an amazing job. This whole run on Daredevil is fantastic.
Yeah.
It's been one after the other with fantastic runs on Daredevil. I do think this is very similar to me. This almost uses the blueprint in a way to Bendis' last issue of Daredevil, where it did the same thing, where it closed up the main thrust of the storyline that Bendis was doing, and then left gigantic plot points open for the future writer, in this case, Ed Brubaker. Brubaker does the same thing for Diggle, and I think that's nice. It's certainly a gigantic change to the status quo of Daredevil, though I'm curious to see how long it will actually last.
It's got to go for a while, because we can't get back into the same stuff for at least a little bit. I love Lady Bullseye has become a character that I'm like, I like her, bring her back, even though when it seemed like a gimmick at first. I love the backup, the David Asia illustrated backup, taking place on Coney Island.
Yeah, it's a great package altogether. It's very well done. I do agree with you that the main story is a little rushed.
Yeah,
a little rushed. Not bad by any means, but I don't know how you would have fleshed it out. You know what I almost might have wanted to see? This issue and then one more sort of epilogue.
That's what I was just going to say. Is like, or $4.99 should have set up this set this up in a better way, because it seems so. And plus, he's really changing the backstory of the origin of Daredevil here,
right?
With Izzo and Stick, and basically Stick is a less important character now, and Izzo is the one that really is running things. So I don't know. It was a lot of information at one time.
This is quibbling, I think. Pick it up, right?
Yeah, it's like Edward Berger punching you in the face with like a candy hand.
A candy hand?
Like it's something you're like, oh no, like oh, it's not so bad.
Oh, okay. Well, there's a difference between like a hard candy hand and a Twizzler hand.
Yeah, Twizzler hand. When I say candy hand, let me just say I mean Twizzler.
Okay. All right. I like Twizzlers. A lot of people just don't. All right. Let's go on and talk about, guys. Here we go. Archie number 600. It finally happened. Archie proposes to Veronica.
Yeah.
Here's the thing that I think is craziest about this is how big of a deal this is.
Well,
big enough of a deal that I picked up an issue of Archie for the first time since I was 12 years old.
I gotta say, I picked up Archie's periodically.
Get out of my show.
Periodically and not again because
they are nice. Periodicals.
Indeed. Yeah, I can't. I just at 4 a.m. I'm like, I want one now.
Yeah.
The double digest always nice. Your supermarket line, get a car drive, flip through, enjoy a little innocent fun. This in classic Archie fashion, Archie wanders into the woods and ages 4 years, and you get a bunch of odd. There's so many weird things in Archie comics in general. There's a big panel where it's like everyone on the phone finding out the information that Archie proposed, and it's like the nerd guy, Moose, Midge, and then all the black characters are in the bottom corner, like at a party together, hearing about it at the same time. I was like, all right, guys.
Yeah. Here's another little thing, a little fact that I don't think has been mentioned at all about this particular issue. It was written by Michael Uzlan, who's the producer of The Dark Knight and The Spirit, among other movies, so that's a little crazy.
Certainly.
Also, he's a very nice man. We interviewed him at New York Comic Con. You can check that out at Newsarama.
Twice, right?
Yeah.
You can check, Newsarama. Also, I think he makes a blatant, he puts Sarah Uzlan in here. I was like, all right, guy.
Yeah,
this is a landmark comic. You know your family members.
Look, the thing of this is it's a... It feels so stupid reviewing this. It's a what-if Archie story is essentially what it is. It's like, uh-oh, he's going down, there's two paths. Well, maybe we'll see what happens with the other path someday.
Yeah,
so
like
in
just 603.
What if Archie married Veronica? What would happen?
And it's cool.
It's a brilliant piece of sci-fi speculative fiction.
But I will say, as a guy that's like, read these growing up, and it's like Betty versus Veronica, it's really sad. Betty is so sad.
Yeah. I do think he does a very good job with that, which was very surprising, and actually getting the emotional part there. The rest of it is typical Archie stuff, just silly. They get all the stuff. Josie and the Pussycats are there, which is nice.
It's cool. They play a great concert, man. They talk about e-texting, I believe they say at one point.
They say something, there's a thing, this is a stupid little plot point that stuck out to me. They're talking about the wedding, and Veronica's like, well, maybe we could get this band, or maybe even Josie and the Pussycats.
It's the Rolling Stones, or Josie
or even maybe Josie and the Pussycats, who several pages earlier are like, hey, we're hanging out and just playing a party. Yeah. So I feel like they might have a little bit more of an in with Josie and the Pussycats.
Well, it's also so, it's amazing how it's all about being rich. The whole thing is like millions of dollars. Veronica's dad gives Archie a job, like managing oil futures in New York. Like it's so.
I hope
so
the next issue is like, over the course of the 6-issue arc, Archie gets his soul crushed.
Yeah,
and it's just this searing indictment to corporate America.
Yeah, definitely.
That'd be pretty amazing.
Well, in 603, that's the issue that Betty commits suicide.
Oh my god. She slits her own throat. Spoiler.
It's going to be a real dark turn for her.
Yeah, she's like, I'm going to give myself a necktie.
Oh, yeah. Colombian necktie.
Colombian, there we go.
I know a lot of gangster moves from my time on the streets.
Nice. If you have any questions, you can write us at comicbookclublive@gmail.com, popcultureshock.com/cbclub, twitter.com/comicbooklive, iTunes Comic Book Club Live, where you can download these very episodes, and...
If you're ever in New York City on a Tuesday night, come on down to Comic Book Club Live, where we do a version of the show where we talk to strangers, who are famous people from comedy and comic books.
And we give them Colombian neckties.
Yeah. Watch out for the candy hand!